Hey, yo.
I got a slate box.
I gotta get another, man, whatever, bro.
Damn, bro.
Whatever, bro. Start recording so you can slate it.
Damn, bro.
Alright. You don't got no slate?
Nigga, you don't need it. I don't know what the fuck this shit is.
You didn't even record. Yo, that was hilarious. Nigga.
What? No, I know.
Yeah, you know.
Nigga, shut up. Shit.
Missing out on primo content. We gonna have to use some poo camera audio. Some bull crap.
Woo-hoo. King's Corner Podcast, episode 4. Blacklash, the only take.
Oh, no. Oh, man. So, Blacklash. Define Blacklash.
Blacklash?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, that's a made-up word, but
I mean, you the one who came up with it.
I didn't come up with it, bro. I've heard it before, but Blacklash is something that, first and foremost, I don't think white people want to be on the other side of. And as a black person, you don't either. For me, Blacklash is literally like the black community just lashing out on you. Don't matter if you black or white. You can face what's called Blacklash. Whether it is deemed to be justified or not. And, you know, the reason I bring this up is because currently, right now, this week, you know, somebody that, a very iconic black face is receiving Blacklash. And then I'm just going to call it, his name is Stephen A. Smith. And, just in my opinion,
yeah,
like, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not feeling the backlash that he's receiving.
Do you feel like it's beyond just criticism?
Yes, I think it's beyond criticism, and obviously this is preceding the
I feel like we
Colin
should
Kaepernick events.
I feel like we should give context.
Yeah, this is preceding the Colin Kaepernick events that went on. Was it this past weekend?
So what happened this weekend?
This past weekend, going into I want to say last week, where it was put out that Colin Kaepernick was going to receive an NFL tryout. Now, obviously, like, I personally take things at face value because the reality is we only know what we're being told.
Right.
We only know what we're being told, and this is by the NFL. This is by sports analysts, and this is by Colin Kaepernick. We only know what we're being told, and you know that's where I gotta go off of.
Okay.
So basically, we all know the Colin Kaepernick situation going back 3 years now. Colin Kaepernick decided to decided to sit during the national anthem. First and foremost, he was sitting during the national anthem because...
Not making the scene.
Yeah, not making the scene. He was sitting during the national anthem, and he came out on national television and basically stated, this ain't about the flag. This ain't about disrespecting the military. This is about the fact that that flag is supposed to represent the, you know, the near and dear of the United States of America, the United States of America, and people being treated equally and just, and that's not happening for some people.
Because?
Now, ain't no some people. It's not happening for black people. Because of the foundation that America was built on. And so he said, you know, when I feel that this country is representing what that flag is supposed to represent, then I will stand. You know, point taken. You know, respectable. Some people agree, some people don't. And some people agree, some people don't. And
to the point where people thought that he was disrespectful for sitting. And so a guy who was actually former military, veteran,
military vet, suggested
to Colin and was like, yo, I understand what you're doing, this, that, and third, whoop. I think it would be better if you kneeled. And so that's where the kneeling came from
exactly.
A veteran.
But guess what? Y'all niggas forgot that.
They ain't forget, like...
Or y'all chose to ignore it.
Yeah, I say that.
Yeah.
Like,
So
don't let facts get in the way of our
yeah,
good time.
yeah. Don't let facts get in the way of your emotions, or don't let your emotions get in the way of facts. I said that backwards, but all in all, it got to the point where the 49ers decided to move on from Colin Kaepernick. Now,
This was a decision before the like anthem type thing.
yeah, this is
happened.
this is before all that, because I'm gonna keep it real. As a football fan, Cap wasn't looking too good. I'm keeping it real. As a football fan, he was on the bench. Okay, he was on the bench. Now, point being, Cap also was the same nigga that brought the 49ers to the Super Bowl in
is
what?
a Michael Crabtree catch away from doing it again.
From doing it again.
Next year.
So, and this is after what? This is since the great Steve Young and Jerry Rice era. Long time ago. I was a kid, guys. So
so Joe Montana, and then he passed it off to Steve Young.
Yeah. So then going back into football, Colin Kaepernick played 6 games. And he did those 6 games. The numbers weren't bad. In retrospect, they matched the 6 games that Jimmy Garoppolo started in as a 49er. So in my sentiments, as far as football play goes, that wasn't enough for me to say that's not why he's in the league. So so this went on for 3 years. Now, what people may not be educated on. And when I say people, I'm talking about the supporters, because, yes, I am a Colin Kaepernick supporter. I will say that. I'm still with Cap. I'm still with his stance on what he was bringing awareness to.
Which was the shooting and killing of unarmed black men and women.
Exactly. So now this whole thing has been turned first. First we had people running for president. And when I say people, I'm not talking about Democrats and Republicans. I'm talking about everybody that was running for president took that and ran with it. Whether you were on the side of he should not be kneeling during the anthem, which, you are entitled to feel that way. You are. You're entitled to feel that way. And I have no problem with you voicing that that's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's cool.
And Cap is also entitled to kneel.
Cap is also entitled to kneel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if y'all really want to go into disrespecting the flag, I am a military vet, so I can tell.
Facts.
I can tell you what is disrespecting the flag and what's not disrespecting the flag. Okay, because at the end of the day, whether I felt a certain way about, whether I was a gung ho America,
USA,
USA, America vet, which I'm not.
America.
I could understand and empathize and sympathize with those people saying, you know what, I feel disrespected. Nothing wrong with that, But when this man came out and told you what it was all about, that's over and done with. Just like my man wrote him a letter and said, I feel disrespected. But he also said, you know what, I ain't black. I ain't walked a mile in his shoes, but he ain't walked a mile in my boots. Let me go sit down with this man and understand what this is about. And then he suggested to kneel. So me as a vet, I don't feel like that's disrespectful to the flag. Honestly, I feel like that's upholding the First Amendment, which when I see the flag, that's the first thing I think of. The First Amendment, which is his freedom of speech, freedom of protest to whatever he so pleases. So if he wants to protest, if he wants to protest the flag and saying, you know what that flag represents is not being allotted to every American citizen. He has the right to do that.
And I will say he's not the first to do that.
He's not.
Shout out to Bill Russell, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Craig Hodges of the Chicago Bulls. He actually showed up in a dashiki. I think it was a 92 or 93 championship. He went to the White House. And instead of boycotting, he actually wrote a letter and handed it to the White House aides about things that he felt like Clinton could have did. It was either Clinton or HW.
And shout out John Carlos and
Tommy Smith.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Shout out them.
At the Olympics.
You know what I mean? Shout out and shout out to all our Caucasian allies that feel the same way.
The same dude in the picture.
Yeah.
John Smith and John Carlos and Tommy Smith.
Tommy Smith. Yeah.
He helped with the protest.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, on the contrary, all of you people who feel the opposite, guess what? you're entitled to feel that way too.
Also, real quick, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, he's killing it in Big Three.
Yeah.
He also was blackballed by the NBA.
Blackballed by the NBA for the same thing. And we get into that. So just like I said, on the contrary. So now if y'all want to talk about disrespecting the flag, me as a military vet, for some of you people that didn't put on a uniform and didn't spend your time away from your family to protect not the damn flag, the Constitution, which allows every single one of you to say and do what you feel about your government, about your country, about any of that shit. That's what I put on my damn boots and my uniform for that. For me to come here and sit up here in front of y'all and say what I'm saying right now.
Yeah. So,
I feel like that's disrespectful for y'all to tell him that to deny, not him, to deny any person, any American citizen, their right of what that flag is supposed to represent. Now, like I said, on the contrary, everybody's entitled to feel how they feel about the situation. And going into this weekend, seeing the Blacklash that some sports analysts got for voicing their opinion off of the knowledge that they have more than anybody on the outside looking in it.
I mean, we can say knowledge, but like
I'm talking about knowledge, insight.
When you get into like sources, though, like we saw with Kawhi, like there were people on many side. Jalen Rose said it's 100% he's going to the Lakers. Chris Broussard said like, oh, it's 100% he's going to the Clippers. Max Kellerman was like, oh, he's going. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Sources,
y'all get these sources. They're not. I'm not saying they're not reliable, but we're also saying like just because you got some information, don't mean that it is what it is or is gonna be what that information was.
Cause like with Hove, like people were criticizing him, saying cause there was a source who said that Jay-Z was disappointed with Colin Kaepernick. And then Rock Nation had to come out and
just to come out and say like, where did y'all get that from?
Like, he didn't talk to anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So, point being, we'll get into the backlash that Stephen A is facing that I personally feel like he don't deserve. But, going back into the whole Cap thing, into recent events, and even before, what a lot of people don't know is we spoke on this in cancel culture.
Episode 2. Out now.
Cap was trying to fight the NFL and was advised by probably his lawyers to take the settlement. Now, nobody knows the particulars of that settlement because that's what a settlement is. It's a settlement that is settled between you and whoever you settling with. Okay? Now, I have I have the High Honors Award in my advanced law class, so I can say I'm qualified to make the statements and the assumptions, because that's what they are, assumptions that I'm making.
And I watch Law and Order SVU, so I'm right there with him.
No, you're not.
You're not. Right there with him.
You're not. I have a master's degree in business and honors in advanced law. So, but okay, whatever. We gonna go there. But
like so.
My analysis is him taking that settlement is ultimately what kept him out of the league for 3 years.
That doesn't make any sense.
And I'm gonna explain. Okay, when you take a settlement with something, like you're also entering into a contract saying you are being paid X amount of dollars for this and for that. Okay. So, in layman's terms, like from the outside looking in, it could be perceived as, you know what, you basically took the hush money, which is what kind of kept you out the league. Because to me, that's what it looked like. They paid him that money to just be like, yo, bro, just keep your mouth shut and just chill. Like, we did you wrong. Take this money, and we'll move on and proceed with the proceedings. When we get to when we get to a certain point, and case in point, we can go back to the Facebook. We can go to the Facebook lawsuit with remember the guys that was saying that Zuckerberg took Facebook from them and whatever. Basically, if y'all seen the movie, you know, it could have been accurate, inaccurate, but all in all, like
you'd have invented Facebook.
Yeah, all in all, like when you sign a settlement, like you're signing, like you are receiving something, but you're also signing a contract into something else. You know what I mean? When you settle, that's what it is. So whether it's he signed a non-disclosure agreement not to talk about whatever went on during this settlement or whatnot, like it could be anything. And the reality is, I don't know, and neither do y'all. But we do know that he and the NFL settled on something. So my assumption, like I said, is that possibly could be what kept him out of the league for the past 3 years.
What do you mean kept him out of? So like him saying like, hey, I'm gonna sign this, and then the NFL being like, all right, cool, still not gonna sign you.
Yeah, basically, yo, you're gonna take this money and we're gonna screw you.
Why would you sign a deal that like?
And I don't understand that.
You're like, hey, sign this, have this money with the understanding of you're never gonna play in the league anymore. I don't think that he would push to be like, hey, I'm still ready.
I don't think
when
that
they were told verbatim, yo, you ain't gonna play.
You're 100% right. That's why I said I don't know the particulars of that. Nobody does. Only Colin Kaepernick in the NFL do.
Yeah.
And his lawyers. But realistically, like when we go through law and litigations and stuff like that, when you going up against somebody, because the long and short of it is to sue somebody costs a lot of time and a lot of money. That like Colin Kaepernick was an NFL player, which means if they can afford to pay him millions of dollars, imagine how much money they can afford to pay in court fees. You know what I mean? They could have literally dragged this nigga through the mud and left him for broke with him trying to sue him, even though he had a suitable case. So in that aspect, your lawyers would probably advise you, look, man, it may behoove you to settle because they can drag this shit on for so long that ain't nothing gonna happen.
Forever?
Because they got the money to do it. So, and just like I said, this is just my opinion.
Right.
I personally feel like him possibly taking that settlement is what kept him out of the league for the past 3 years. That's just my opinion. And guess what? I don't give a fuck. That's my opinion. Y'all can call me a coon or whatever y'all want to call me, but like that's really what this whole Blacklash thing is really about when it involves Stephen A. Because now 3 years later, you know, I've been watching.
I don't think we've actually said what happened. So, NFL set up a meeting.
We getting it. That's what I'm getting into. The meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
The NFL set up a tryout for Colin Kaepernick, and from the outside looking in, it really looked like, all right, cool, they're gonna do this. You know, nobody really knew the particulars of it, but what we did know is that Colin Kaepernick has on numerous occasions for the past 3 years said, look, I'm ready to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay? So, from the outside looking in, because I was very annoyed by the situation of what happened. Now, once I got into it and understood the particulars of it, it made a lot more sense to me. But all in all, what Stephen A. was saying was, you came out and presented to all of these people that you wanted to play and try out in the NFL. And you were allotted the opportunity to do so. And, you know, it basically turned out to look like a PR stunt. Now, somebody like Stephen A., you know, he has the inside scoop on these certain things. So he was able to get the information and find out about a bogus waiver that the NFL was trying to get him to sign that he wasn't with. Cool, we get it. Another thing was, you know, Cap was allegedly, it was, you know, Cap wanted it done his way because he didn't want tapes being edited of him looking like a fucking bum so that the NFL could turn around.
I mean, his way is transparency. He wanted to invite the media out
there. And I don't have no problem with that.
And they have even been using the footage that was provided because he did what he did.
Yeah, and you know, But I get it. Cap didn't want them to come out here and be like, all right,
hit him with the okie doke.
Hit him with the okie doke and be like, see, this why you not playing, because he's garbage.
Ducks.
Yeah. So, and I get that.
Quack, nigga.
I get it. And mind you, yo, like all of this happened in the span of 3 days. But the reality is a lot can and cannot happen in 3 days. And
it just felt very rushed.
No, it did. It felt
none of the GMs or owners wanted to set this meeting. It was just like the NFL as an entity.
Yeah,
was like,
absolutely. And I get it. I get it on both sides. You know what I mean? Because the NFL want to save face, and they want to say, all right, we gave this man the opportunity. It might be a shitty one, but we gave it to him. And I think that's what. Go ahead. I think that's what Stephen A. was like pointing out as a whole. Like you on numerous occasions have said that, yo, look, I'm ready to play in the NFL. I want to work out. And I think, like, as a whole, from the outside looking in, it's like, all right, well, we gave you that opportunity. Not necessarily looking into, all right, well, what is his viewpoint on how this whole thing is being gone about? You know what I mean? So, like, originally, like, yeah, I was annoyed because, like I would have loved nothing more. A lot of people would have, Stephen A. included, would have loved nothing more for Colin Kaepernick to get a real shot at getting back in the league because of his play, not because of he fucking know. That shit is dumb. You know what I mean? He wasn't kicked out of the league because he sucked. And you have a lot of people out there saying that's why he not playing, because he was on the bench beforehand, which that's a true statement. But
if you want to hear like a detailed breakdown of this whole situation, like Nick Wright is very great with First Things First. He's FS1. He talks about, every single time he talks about Colin Kaepernick, he talks about the narrative, and he meets it with facts, like saying these are the stats. This is what he did before. This is what he did after. And the main thing that I feel like is getting away from it, and it reminds me of Carmelo Anthony in a way, where these people aren't saying, hey, I'm looking to start. Like, this is essentially for like a backup position. Yeah. And Colin Kaepernick is better than, in my opinion, 99.9% of the backups in the league right now.
But he better than goddamn at least 50% of the starters, okay? I'll throw the Mitchell Trubisky. Trash. See, he could go to Chicago. He could go to Miami.
I haven't watched the NFL in 3 years.
Damn, he could go to damn Arizona right now for all I care.
In football in 2 years.
Like for the past 3 years, I've been watching horrible quarterback after horrible quarterback suit up, and I'm like, all right, like Cap ain't the greatest. Like, he ain't the greatest quarterback that we seen, but he better than these niggas. Right. You know what I mean? So
I just feel like that's important.
It's very important. He's competing
for potentially a backup spot.
Yeah.
And he's not even allowed. Like, my problem, even with the whole Stephen A. situation, what I got from his remarks was just like, I know it's a crappy situation. You should have took it anyways. And like Colin, not like looking at the situation.
Yeah, not looking at the situation of, yo, you know what? I got an opportunity. Like, let me try to maximize it. He more so looked at, all right, he looked at it in a defensive.
I think he looked at it from his own interest.
That's what I'm saying. From a defensive standpoint of, all right, well, damn, they might try to do this or they might try to do that.
I mean, they were already trying to do this and that.
No, I got you, but what I'm saying is, like, the reality is all of this shit was assumption. Like the waiver was one thing, but as far as, him thinking, all right, well, they gonna have their own media team out there. They might cut and edit and make this shit look like I'm garbage. Like, that's assumption. You know what I mean?
Planning.
No, I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that's assumption.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, I look at it like, the focus on him was more of, protecting everything that he was fighting for, to like make it be like, yo, you look, they are blackballing me. Like, I'm out here, I'm playing, but look, they want to put this garbage shit out, and I get that. I'm just a lot more optimistic and I'm a lot more optimistic in trying to find the positive in what the hell is going on for me and myself moving forward. Because
I'm not. And that's cool. I saw the NFL and I thought it was the okie doke.
I'm not saying I didn't feel that way. I'm just saying personally, like as far as myself is involved, like I would have looked at it as, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna show out.
And I'm looked at like.
As opposed to, yo, you know what, they out to get me.
See, but what I think isn't even talked about as much, though, is that Colin did do something. It's not like he took his ball and went home.
Oh, no. You're right. He relocated.
Invited everybody to, and so, like, the fast turnaround and all that, I felt like it was just a continuation of the fast turnaround of everything.
No,
like, the last minute natures of it.
Absolutely. The last minute natures of it. Now, personally, like, I can't say on either side if Cap would have sat down and said, yo, you know what? I would like to do it this way. I can't say on either side if it would have happened that way or if it wouldn't have happened that way. But also, I'm not sure if him or his camp actually took that step to say, yo, you know what? We want to do this tryout, but is there a way that we can get it done this way?
I don't understand what you're saying because...
No, I'm saying
they already said, like, hey, we saw that you set it up for Saturday. Can it be on Tuesday? No. Can we have our media? No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I didn't know that. I didn't know that information.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I just said that. I don't know if they did that or if they didn't. But you're telling me they did. Yeah. Okay, I get it. But point being is, back to the whole Blacklash that Stephen A is taking, that I personally like.
Stephen A getting that work.
Yeah, he getting that work. And in all honesty, like.
Yeah, they really going in.
Nah, they are, and I'm not feeling that shit, bro.
I mean, I have no problems with him being criticized because I feel like what he said was goofy. Like
but if that's how he felt, I don't understand. I don't see what's wrong with him saying. Like, I don't see why.
I don't have a problem with him.
I don't see why niggas is calling him a sellout because he voicing how he feel about the situation.
Well, they were saying the sellout was because he got that super bag from ESPN,
bro.
And the guy who was brought in before he got that super bag has sort of had like a mantra of like, hey, the NFL is like our bread and butter. Don't mess that up.
Let me tell you something.
That's why they were saying that.
Okay,
like, you took the bag with the
that's
understanding of like, hey, you can't criticize the NFL the same way
that's
you
cool.
did.
That's cool, but that's an assumption as well. Because the reality is, to me...
I mean, you asked why they were calling him a
No, I got you. That's an assumption, though. That's what I'm saying. That is an assumption. Okay? What you said is an assumption.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's not a fact.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Okay, so, to my assumption... From what I see, and I'm keeping it real, and I'm basing it off of me. I always speak from me about me and how I feel about it. Personally, I think ESPN's bread and butter is Stephen A. Smith.
He's carrying them on their back.
Exactly.
For like 20 years.
So what I'm saying is ESPN without Stephen A. Smith is a fucking drop off. So to me, I would think that they would want to keep him happy of all people.
I mean, but we've seen Hove go to the NFL when like they need him more than he needs them. I feel like Stephen A. Smith should, and maybe he does, realize his power. But
what I'm saying. I think he did, but there's a reason why you're right.
I would move a lot differently if I was Stephen A. Smith.
Okay, but at the same time, from what you just said,
yeah,
I think he does understand that, which is why they paid him that super bag.
Okay, yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, because Skip left.
Yeah.
Skip left.
But Skip ain't Stephen A.
Nah, don't do that. Like,
no, what
First Take, he was the one, like, he built that as a platform, and they brought Stephen in, and they asked Skip for that cosign, and Skip gave it to him, and then Stephen did what he did.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying, and Stephen A. did all of that by just being himself.
A character, a version of himself.
But I'm saying that does, like...
It's wrestling, bro.
Huh?
Wrestling.
No, I got you, but what I'm saying is I don't for 1 second think that the Stephen A. that I see on TV or on Facebook or on Instagram is any different than if I seen him out on the streets.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
I think that I call it a character. Same thing with Skip Bayless.
I don't, because even back in
exaggerated version of himself.
I don't, because even back when he was on HBO and he was doing everything in Philly, like I just seen the same dude. That's just my personal opinion and my personal take on the thing.
Yeah.
So going back to that, like I think he does realize his value to ESPN and Disney on the ESPN side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is why they pay him. So to me, like, I don't think that they would not want to keep him happy, because I think they realize that like ESPN without him, like First Take during the off season, don't nobody watch that shit like that. I know I don't. If Stephen A not on First Take, I'm not watching it.
It's like Charlamagne with the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Like if Charlamagne
If Stephen A not on First Take, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, Matt's cool, but nah, bro.
Yeah, so like, and the reason I'm getting into this is I have a hard time believing that Stephen A is saying this shit because somebody want him to. I have a hard time believing that, knowing what I know.
But I think people were getting at him because they know it's what he believes.
But if that's what he believed, then that's what he believed. Now, on the contrary, I saw the craziest shit on the internet.
What happened?
So, point being, okay, and you know, this could.
Who you tight?
Nah,
Who you tight?
No. I am to a certain extent, because, like, this could look and sound like a racial rant or whatever, but let's call it what it is. It is, like, right now, it's a black-white thing involving this whole thing.
What white person did so?
No, I've seen black people on the internet talking about Max Kellerman is more black than Stephen A because of what he. I'm sorry, yo. Dick Gregory said this shit a long time ago. Like,
Dick Gregory said?
He said, why do y'all always try to make white people feel like they are part of the community?
He did say that. He had a great
talking about Bill Clinton black because he walked this way. He
went into that black pot and put it on Bill Clinton.
That's what I'm saying. That is the
same
most
black pot. And said, Obama, you not black enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that is bullshit to me. Like, that is the most dangerous rhetoric spewed around by our people, bro.
Personally, I've had it happen to me. Like, personally. Like, on both sides.
That's what I'm saying. So,
I've had white people come to me. Hold on, I want to get this out.
Go ahead.
I've had white people come up to me and, like, so-called friends or whatever, and be like, hey, you're the whitest black person I know. Or like, hey, I'm more blacker than you.
Like, yeah, get the fuck out of here with that.
They were real comfortable around me, but they didn't keep that same energy.
That's why.
And so with black people, I've also had that happen where when my ex-girlfriends actually, like when I was a jet, like called me Oreo. Like that was like her nickname for me.
Bro,
like,
and
black
see,
on the outside, white on the inside.
And
like
that's,
just because I like Friends and Boy Meets World don't make me any less black. Like I can get shot today. Like niggas don't care. Ain't gonna be like, hey, what's your favorite TV show?
Exactly, and that's when I really get deep into this Blacklash thing.
Yeah.
And sitting here like, boom, because I'm gonna go from me and go into this whole thing. Yo, as I stated before, my wife is white, but that don't make me no less black.
Right.
Or downgrade me any less
right.
than the nigga that's sitting next to me. Okay? My black reality is just as real as any one of y'all out there.
Facts.
So case in point, I'm on the internet today on Facebook, and I see this post. It was a picture of Max Kellerman, Stephen A.
If you say Malcolm X, I'm
No.
turning this table.
It was two other black sportcasters.
Jason Whitlock.
One of them was Jason Whitlock, who I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm just not a fan of. I'm just not a fan of that dude. I am not a fan of him. But at the same time, this has nothing to do with Blacklash. I just don't like him. So
his takes are terrible. Him and what that other nigga, Rob Parker.
Rob Parker. Yeah, I don't like him neither. He a hater to me. But anyways, they had the nerve to say. It said some shit about it's a shame that a white man could be more black or more culturally woke than the three black sportcasters on there, and I'm just sitting here like literally it made my blood boil.
Yeah,
it made my blood boil that black people can sit up here praising the white man Because praising the white man, and like yo, and this is me keeping. This is. I'm just saying this shit. Y'all can take it how y'all want to take it. This is me being me.
King's Corner, nigga.
Y'all sitting up here praising this white man just because his views align with yours. Yeah. Because and y'all want to call a nigga a coon or whatever. Yeah. That's more cooning to me.
Oh man.
That's more cooning to me, and I don't even fucking like that word. I don't. But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
You know, y'all want to sit up here and praise this white man because his views align with yours. Now, I'm not discrediting Max Kellerman or anything he might say, but look, how do y'all know that man is not pandering because he know that's what y'all niggas want to hear?
Oh man,
y'all don't know that.
Oh man,
y'all don't know that, and we can go deeper. We can go deeper into these politicians that have been playing on us for years because they know if y'all say shit that niggas want to hear, we gonna vote for y'all. Nah, I'm not with that shit. I'm not with that shit. We could go into Nike with their whole cap thing. They supposed to be coming out with Kaepernick shoes, but like
I'll buy them. I'll buy them.
And you know what?
They coming out with that jersey. I'll buy it.
But you know what? And you know what? That's cool. If that's what you want to do, I respect it.
No, I get it.
I respect it.
They trying to get that back.
But me and my business mindset, they playing y'all niggas, bro.
I get it.
They playing y'all niggas. They don't give a fuck about y'all.
Of course not.
They don't give a fuck about what Cap talking about. You know what? They see this. They see us. They know that we buy their shit, and they see profitability. And as a businessman,
that's real.
And as you know, I have a degree in business. I know about marketing. I know about how this shit go. This ain't me being woke. This is about me being educated. I know how this shit go. And trust me, like I get it, bro. They see this shit. They see this shit going on. They like, yo, let's sign this nigga. Let's get him some shoes. So I'm going to tell y'all this. This is how y'all really be in support of y'all people and be in support of Kaepernick. If Nike go put out these shoes, don't buy them shits. They going to drop this nigga faster than they signed him. I'm telling you that right now, bro. That's how business works.
Yeah.
So for people to be coming up here, giving Stephen A. this Blacklash, and praising this white man, Max Kellerman, because he said some shit that y'all agree with. See, that shit is corny, bro.
I don't have a problem with them giving Max, I don't know, like him speaking truth to power is cool.
It's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on. But the fact that like you discount another black man to do it is what
to praise a white man.
That
shit is nuts to me, bro. My
beef though is you're not black enough because X.
Oh, yeah, because you don't believe what the majority of the black people believe. Honestly,
like if the conversation was you're not woke enough, I don't think we'd be having this conversation.
No, but then you got
blackness to this thing.
Then you had T.O. on national television today on First Take. Had the nerve to look Hall of Fame, black man, look in the camera and tell another black man in front of all of these white people, Max looks more blacker than you right now. What kind of shit is that, yo? That is the most threatening thing to us as a black people.
That's nuts.
Like, and this is my opinion, bro. Yeah. That shit really had me feeling some kind of way. That is ridiculous, though.
See,
who sets the standard on blackness?
Not white people. Yo, you missed a black meeting. You forgot it.
That shit is nuts to me, bro.
You gotta check your emails, bro. Like we had the black meeting.
That shit is nuts to me, bro. Like and like just like I said, yo.
Max Kellerman's in. Steven Smith's out.
That shit is whack, bro. That shit is whack because like the reality is like me on a personal level, yo. Yeah. Like we all people. Like I'm a human being. Yes, I'm black, bro, and I'm damn proud of it. I am damn proud of it. But black, like the reality is we people, we all here put on this earth, we all have different backgrounds, different cultures, and I said this in Black Owned Teams. I don't know. we all are here with our differences.
Right.
Together.
Yeah. Which
means that's supposed to be the time for us to actually learn and love one another. Okay? Now, on the contrary, I love all people. But I don't love nobody more than my people. I don't, bro. And that's really something that's been passed down from generation to generation based upon the struggle that we have faced in this country. That's where that comes from. That ain't me saying I hate white people and my wife is white, just like I said, so fuck y'all. So But the reality is, like, I love my people that much that I don't give a damn what this man says or how he feels. Bro, I'm not about to sit here in front of you and downgrade you to look good to this white man. I'm not gonna do that. Now, if you say some shit that I feel like is off rant, I'm gonna be like, bro, like, yo, yeah, you tripping. Because me, I'm the type of person, I don't have to agree with you, but I will take my time to understand where you're coming from.
I also feel like there's an importance of pulling somebody off to the side and be like, yo, fam, what you did is jacked up. Like, there's nothing wrong with calling people out. Like, hold on. But, like, there's nothing wrong with, like, calling somebody out. Like, Malcolm X called a whole bunch of people out and was talking real spicy about MLK and all this other stuff. Like, I personally don't have a problem with that. You may have a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
He may have a difference of opinion. Like, that's cool.
But it's not
there
wrong
are
with
certain things that I feel like it's only internal. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like there are certain conversations that happen
and
that
for
only
y'all,
be for us.
And for you, T.O., I'm going to call you out just like you call Stephen A. out. For you to go on national television and tell another black man that a white man is more black than him, that is the most threatening thing that I can hear to black people as a black people.
Break that down. You've said this like 3 times. It's the most threatening thing. Why is it the most threatening thing?
Because, bro, it spews that whole rhetoric of black division. Okay. That's why. And I'm looking at you, my nigga, and we sitting here, and I could come in here, and it's a white man sitting on the other side of us, and I'm gonna be like, oh, nah, he not really my nigga like that, yo. You know what I mean? I'll just keep him around. Nah, that shit is whack to me, bro. Yeah. It's whack, bro. Yeah. And like that, like those 2 things that I saw today, like really sent me through the loop, bro.
There's so many better ways of articulating what
because
he wanted to say. Because like if the conversation was about wokeness and about, hey, these are the ideals that we share, and that he's more on his square when it comes to cultural competency, then sure, we'd have that different conversation. Yeah, but for you to open up your mouth and say, yo, fam, because you have this belief,
that is dumb.
You're not black enough.
I'm telling you right now, nuts. There is no way in ever of evers that a white man is gonna be more black than any black person. The lightest nigga.
Michael Rappaport, I'm sorry, bro, but no.
Yeah.
No.
No. And you know, hey, and just like I said, this has nothing. We ain't got nothing against them.
Eminem, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, we don't. But we don't have nothing against them. These are facts, bro.
Hold on, Mark Wahlberg. No.
But I'm just saying these is facts, bro.
Facts.
Like it don't matter.
Because at the end of the day, you still a nigga.
Exactly.
Period.
Still nigga. Still nigga to these people in society, bro.
Period.
And literally, like, the fact that we got black people sitting here praising this man just because he said something that align with your views. Honestly, yo, like, I can go deeper. Like, that's in remnants of them people coming over here and using white Jesus as our savior and telling us black people that this white man is our savior. Like, that's what the fuck it look like to me, bro. And I'm sorry, I'm mad about this shit, bro. I can't, nothing bothers me more than to see black people fucking killing each other, bro.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Whether it be socially, over the internet, or I hate that shit, bro. I made the conscious decision years back that, like, this nigga look like me. He is me. When I see you, I see me. Yeah. And I'm not capping or nothing. It could be the most whitewashed nigga in the world walking around with a swastika on, all of that shit. At the end of the day, just like Jay said, you still a nigga. You know, that's what you're still looked at as. That's what I'm still looked at as. Yeah. Real quick. And I'm embracing all of that.
I know what you're saying about the whole white Jesus thing. Basically saying that, hey, like when he came over the ships, not saying Christianity is the white man's religion.
No.
But what he's saying is just like, hey, we're gonna uphold this
white savior
version of Jesus or the Savior, like that Leonardo da Vinci painting.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff, like the thing that does not look like Jesus. We're not gonna get into the whole like, oh, is he black? Is he?
Yeah.
He wasn't white. I know that. And so, like,
I mean, coming from the Middle East, that don't make sense to me.
He must have had a heck of a tan. But just the fact that like you take something and elevate it to subjugate a people, I feel like that's where your beef is, and that's what my beef is.
But that's what that shit looked like to me, bro.
I got you.
That's
I just
exactly,
wanted to clarify for like the people.
But that's what it looked like to me, and that's why like when I seen all of that shit today, like it sent me through the ringer, bro.
Yeah.
It sent me through the ringer because like just like I said, yo, like when I say I love black people, like I love all of it.
Yeah.
I love all of it.
DeRay says, "I love my blackness and yours."
It ain't no. I uphold the culture only when niggas is saying shit that I agree with. Mm-hmm. Nah, fuck that, yo. Like literally, like yo, we could say allegedly all of that. This shit all ties into the alleged Willie Lynch theory of yo, get these niggas to kill each other, because that's really what it was, and that's what that shit looked like to me. Willie
Lynch was like a popular theory, which I feel like was best explained in Denzel Washington's movie, The Great Debaters, where you take a group of people, whether it's light skin or dark skin, and then you treat the dark skinned people more harshly than the light skinned people, and so now the dark skinned people have resentment towards the light skinned people, and now the light skinned people are coming together in solidarity because they feel like they are outcast by the dark skinned people. And so instead of both coming together to overthrow Massa, they now are infighting.
And let's break it down to layman terms for our people and our white listeners. House nigga, field nigga.
Still nigga.
The light skinned niggas was going in the house, getting treated a certain way. The field niggas was out on the field hating the light skinned niggas because of that. And then you had me, my brother, and my dark brother out here ready to fucking kill each other, bro.
Dang, I'm dark.
I ain't with it.
Oh, man. I'm joking.
I'm not with it.
Yeah.
I'm not with it. I wasn't with it back then, and I'm not with it now. That's why I don't like this whole light skinned nigga, dark skinned nigga shit.
Yeah,
I've never
been.
That shit is stupid.
I've never been a fan of that. Like, I get it. Like, if we joking, cool.
And yo, like, if I seem angry, I'm not. I'm passionate about my people, bro. I really am.
Yeah.
I really am, bro.
I love being black. It's the best.
It's a privilege.
It's the best. Like, we got the best culture. We got the best food. We got the best music. We got the best women. Man, being black is bomb. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I really appreciate it, yo. Like, being black is great. Like, I wish I was tall, but being black is...
With that being said, that's my whole thing about this Blacklash thing. Anybody can get blacklashed.
Anybody.
White people and black people. But for us to be doing it to our own people on that level,
yeah,
it's like, all right, then who are you really for?
For the culture, right? Do it for the culture.
Nah.
Come on, man, do it for the culture.
But listen, bro, because in retrospect, that's still some form of slavery. Because it's like, all right, we slaving our own people to say, if you not thinking exactly the same way, you're supposed to be doing this. You one of us.
Yeah.
That shit is stupid. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion about their own situation. Because, like, in all retrospect, my personal opinion regarding the Colin Kaepernick situation this past weekend, I personally think everybody is correct about whatever their fucking opinion was on the whole thing. And the reason I say that is because I go back to saying we only know what we're told.
Yeah. I personally just feel like Cap did the right thing. Like, I feel like him taking the power into his hands, regardless of if he ever gets signed or whatever, I just feel like that was a boss move.
Yeah, that was a boss move for him. I respect it.
Instead of, in my opinion, being subjugated to the NFL's bullcrap and just, how they say, like, don't piss on me and tell me it's rain.
No, I got you.
So I'm cool with it. But
I got you.
If
But
he
at
that
the
same energy,
if he
like
keep
if
that
he,
same energy,
if he
then
keeps
it
that same
is what it
energy,
is.
good.
But at the same time, I also respect everybody else's views on, because honestly, like before I started digging and started like researching, like and started finding out what I could find out on my own, the shit pissed me the fuck off. I'm like, bro, I'm like, bro,
you would have chosen one.
That's what I'm saying. Like they gave you what you was asking for. And that's what I looked at it. That's what a lot of people looked at it
just
as.
On face value.
Yeah, I took it on face value.
Yeah.
Because I take everything on face value because I only know what I'm being told.
It's the headline culture too.
Yeah. It really is the headline culture because niggas don't read.
I mean, you know that niggas can't read. You know that we the new slaves. I see the blood on the leaves.
So like that whole thing that like I'm not with blacklashing our own people, bro.
Yeah. That
don't deserve it, because what it does is exactly what you said Kanye did when he said that whole shit about the slavery.
Slavery was a choice.
It negates everything that he's... Stephen A. 50 plus years old, bro. Y'all don't think that he was out there in them streets when all of this bullshit was going on, fighting for all this, but it don't matter now because he voiced his sports opinion.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, that's his job. He's a fucking sportscaster.
It's gotta be black first.
It gotta be black first, right? Yeah. that shit is whack, man. That shit is whack.
Shoot.
That you can do all of these things for your people. Stephen A. was one of them people on the front lines pushing for Colin Kaepernick to get a fucking NFL tryout. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it. For somebody like that was in the background trying to make something like this happen, to see that and say, dang, like, what happened?
I think that's why it hurt more, though, for real. For, like, people who are really, like, broken up about it. I think it's because they saw how much work he put in and how much they enjoyed him, like, as a personality. But also, specifically with this cap situation, how much Stephen A. went to bat for him. And so, feeling like, oh...
Like, you got what you wanted, and it turned into this.
Right.
But you know what? Nobody cares about that. They only care that Stephen A. cooning because they don't know that he was back there putting in the work, trying to make that shit happen.
Jason Coonlock.
Nah, that whole Jason Whitlock, but I look at him and I see me. I just don't like that motherfucker.
What that nigga do? Steal your sandwich?
Nah. Yeah, he stole my sandwich, man. He looked like he did. But nah, it's just like, I mean, I read a lot of his reports and stuff, and like when he, going into the whole Serena Williams thing when he was basically calling her fat.
He a weirdo, bro.
I'm like, nigga, have you looked in the mirror?
He a weirdo, bro.
Yeah, I ain't with that shit, man. I ain't with that. You know? So,
F him.
Yeah.
I'm playing, bro.
Yeah, I ain't with that. And it's funny, too, because, like, when I voiced my opinion on whoever posted that thing with Max Kellerman and all of them, I said what I said. And then I said, P.S., I don't fuck with Jason Whitlock. I don't like him.
You fair.
But like,
they're gonna be on his deathbed. Be like, "Oh, come close." Mel Heavy has something to say. Jason Whitlock.
But like, you know, that's just where I stand on Blacklash, yo.
Yeah.
Like, put it where it's needed, but like, what? I don't think it's deserved.
Criticism is invited.
Yeah,
but
criticism.
I feel like you very much don't like the mob mentality that can happen.
No, yo, it's one thing to say, yo, you know what? I don't like what Stephen A. said, you know, and you could not like what he said. That's cool, but but just like I said, y'all also wasn't educated on the fact that Stephen A. was one of the main people pushing for Colin Kaepernick to get an NFL tryout. So you got to really think about it for somebody that's putting in the groundwork to make this happen, because y'all reached out to him. These are facts. He didn't need to go and pull out receipts. He know what he's doing. He know what he did. You know what I mean? But he put it out there. Your people reached out to me, asking me to be one of the driving forces to make this happen. I did my job. And to me, it looks like you didn't do yours. Nobody understands that. So, and because he put it out there, nobody cares to understand that. Y'all only care that he said what he said, not thinking about, yo, this might be based off of some action that has been implemented, which He came out and said this was based off of action that has been implemented by me. So when it turns into that, what does that make me look like?
Yeah.
But nobody hears that. They only hear another black man going against Colin Kaepernick, so he's a fucking coon.
I will say that I feel like the luxury that white people have is just there's an individualistic viewpoint that they have. And we as black people, I feel, tend to be more collective. And so one is a reflection of the whole. And so with Stephen A. Smith, it's a reflection against the black community. Okay. Instead of it just being a bad opinion or a difference of opinion, it's looked at as like you're one of the main ones that people look to, and you're not going along with what the whole thinks. And so you were counter to that, which is a demerit against the entire black community. Exactly,
but nobody knew or even cared to know that this was clearly based off of someone who has been one of the driving forces in trying to make this NFL tryout happen.
I'm giving context.
No, you're right. You giving context. I'm giving facts. I'm giving facts. That like he based what he said was really coming from a personal standpoint. It wasn't coming from I can't talk about the NFL because ESPN might fire me. ESPN is not about to fire that nigga, bro. I refuse to believe that.
That'd be nuts.
For them.
That'd be sort of gangster, though. Like a rogue Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, because if they fire him, there's going to be people lined up to bring him in. Tell me I'm not lying. So, but point being is...
what he... first say back. FS1.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is...
Sorry, Shane.
What I'm saying is, based on what was put out by Stephen A. today, what he said was based off of the actual work that he did to help make that NFL trial happen. You gotta think about it. So if I'm battling day in and day out to get something for you,
yeah,
and to make something happen for you, like that's what I'm looking at it as. Now, once I get the other information and I understand it, then that's cool. But that still doesn't negate all of the work that I did to try to make this happen, and it got turned into something else.
Two things can be true. Yeah.
You're right. They can be.
Two things can be true.
So, y'all want to blacklash my man and call him a coon for all of that. Like, that shit is whack, bro. It's really whack, bro. And y'all want to, and y'all want to do it. Y'all want to, like, make him expendable at the grace of Max Kellerman. That shit is garbage to me. That one white person agreeing with the whole rest of the black community can get the rest of you niggas to turn on that one man.
Yo, my nigga, I ain't gonna hold you. I forgot about that part. That's still nuts to me.
Exactly.
So, y'all, hey, don't ever open your mouth to say a white person is more down or more black than a white person. Because at the end of the day, they ain't black. Everybody wants to be a nigga until
it's time to be a nigga.
That's Paul Mooney.
Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't believe for a second that one white person would want to trade places with us. Because it's a little thing that they gonna lose. Okay, and that one thing that they gonna lose is more powerful than everything they got to gain from trading places with us. It's called privilege.
It's called bank account. Oh shit.
It's called privilege. It's called privilege. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like it's
the
luxury of default.
Look at the privilege that he has to be praised by all of these niggas because he said something that aligned with them.
Like what I feel like is sort of missed in these conversations about privilege is it's not necessarily the exalting of a person. It's not a white person is better than X, Y, and Z.
No.
It's white person can enter a situation without the baggage of a black person or a Spanish person or a Hispanic person or whatever.
Yeah.
Just the blankness of it. Like when you walk into a bank, you may not have the same, you may just have respect automatic. But if like we walk into a bank, they may just be like, oh, that nigga don't got no money. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I said it before in asterisk racism.
Out now.
the basis of white privilege needs to be understood. It's not oh, I worked hard to get here. I didn't just get this because I'm white. It's not that. The basis of it is the foundation of this country was written for y'all and by y'all. Everything that we've learned in our school systems, in our justice system, in our fucking politics, was written by a bunch of white colonizers that came over here and decided to kill and
Native
pillage
people.
the people that were here already.
Native Americans.
And it's crazy because they were running from something and trying to find their freedom. And they came and took it from everybody else.
Ain't that nuts?
Ain't that shit is nuts?
Ain't that nuts?
That's ironic.
Like,
huh?
hey, yo, give me
That's
freedom
ironic.
and give me death.
Okay.
I mean, we gonna kill y'all, but like, give me freedom.
So the reality is that is the basis of white privilege in America. It has nothing to do with. I'm not gonna say it has nothing to do with that, but it's not a whole I get shit because I'm white.
I wish.
You
I mean,
know?
I'm not white.
Like
but,
it's not that cut and dry.
right.
Because the reality is this: you could take a white man, you could take a black man, and you could put them in the projects. They can grow up there and be given the same opportunity. Like I believe we all have the same opportunity to excel. Like as humans. But we do not have the same advantages. Okay?
Let's face it, Jerome get more time than Brandon.
You know what I mean?
It's
And you know, I saw this video that kind of represented that. It was I don't know if it was a youth pastor or something like that, but he just asked a bunch of questions. There's a bunch of black kids, a bunch of white kids, and they was gonna race. And he was like, "Yo, we gonna race. I got $100 for the winner." Okay? And he said, "Hey, but before we start, I'm gonna ask some questions. If this question applies to you, take a step forward for every question that applies to you." He said, "Step forward if you growing up with both parents in the household." A bunch of people stepped forward. A lot of them was white. He said, take a step forward if you're not on any type of government assistance. Some more people stepped forward. And he said, and he started asking more and more questions. And the more and more people that were still standing at the starting line were black. And he said, hey, and this was a white guy giving this sermon to these kids. And he said, all right, now y'all look back behind y'all. And it got to the point where the only people on the starting line was black kids. Wow. And he said, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I know for a fact that if y'all all started on this, he said, all right, he blew the whistle and he ran. Nobody got the $100, but they got the point. He said, I guarantee y'all, if y'all all started on the line, all of them black kids would have smoked y'all. He said, this is the representation of the advantages that some people are allotted more than others.
That's a fire analogy. That's fire.
That's what white privilege is about. It's not about I'm black, you white, and you're gonna get shit over me because you white. It's not that cut and dry. It goes a lot deeper than that. And all of those things he mentioned were implemented into our justice systems, into our politics, into our society, into our communities in America from the beginning. For white people, by white people. That's the basis of that's the basis of white privilege as a whole. And I think once people come to understand that, they can understand like that shit was created to divide us like just as people. It was created to divide us just as people. The long and short of it is that I said this straight up. It's two Americas and it's not black and white America. Like that's the surface. That was put there to keep us from really rich America and poor America. Because you can go to these backwood countries and see some poor, broke down ass white people, just like you would see in where I grew up at in the city, in New York.
I mean, we can really, like, 2 examples. One, March on Washington. Mm-hmm. Like, there was unity there, but, like, even Coretta Scott King said that the reason why Martin was killed wasn't because of I Have a Dream. It was because of another speech he did called The Two Americas. Like, Byron Allen told the story on The Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. And the march that he was going to do was going to be called the Poor People's March. And it was both black and white people coming together. And, you know, the government can't do that, so they killed him.
That's been a problem since slavery.
Then after that, the Black Panthers got together. And a lot of people know them for, like, Black Power. And, yeah, shout out to the Panthers.
And who was they about to link up with? The hippies.
Yeah, not even that. Like, the rural people, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Fred Hampton was very big into, like, that unity aspect. There are documentaries.
Yeah.
There's a great PBS documentary about it.
You know, Huey P was more
and
like...
they killed Fred Hampton, too.
And Huey P was more like, nah, fuck the white people, fuck the crackers. Huey P...
Stokely Carmichael was, too.
Yeah. He was what I would like to call an extremist. He was. I'm calling it what it is. I'm not negating anything that he did as a revolutionary, but it was very extremist behavior.
Okay, yeah. That's and you know what that extremist behavior got us? WIC. Free breakfast for kids. Sick of selling, like, the government straight up ganked their programs, but I get what you're saying. It was extreme ideologies.
Yeah. That can't happen with that. I don't think extremists can, like, it can't happen with any movement or anything that any point or awareness that somebody is trying to bring. Because what it does is open the door for them to call the Black Panthers a fucking terrorist organization, which we all know that they weren't. But you got a little what that little white girl named Tony Lohan? What's her name?
I like that better. Tony Lohan.
Tony Lohan. Calling them a terrorist organization, but she wouldn't dare call the Ku Klux Klan a terrorist organization.
I mean, but why?
Because those are her people. You know what I mean? Shit. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! No, I think it's more slick than that though.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
But like the government doesn't even recognize like certain Klan organizations versus like they put the
said they don't recognize it.
Watch out. The Black Lives Matter was called an extremist group by our government. The Black Lives Matter movement. Us talking about humanity was too much for them apparently.
Yeah, well the fucking U.S. police system is a motherfucking extremist group.
Biggest gang in America.
Come on, man. And guess what? Guess who in that gang? It's black people and white people in that gang following the same policy.
Yep.
So.
Hate to see a black and a white one. Black one always showing out for the white cops. Ice Cube.
Yeah. But they gonna receive Blacklash too. Because it's just crazy, bro. It's just really crazy, man. That it's really crazy that I gotta see that shit.
Yeah.
That we gotta see that shit and that we have to do that to our people. You know what I mean?
So if you have static with a guy, pull him off to the side, be like, yo, fam, this, that, and the third.
Voice your opinion. There's nothing wrong with voicing your opinion.
If his disrespect was public, you could disrespect him publicly.
Yeah. Like, that shit is crazy.
But the mob mentality, like...
That shit is crazy. So that this man...
Also, never, ever, 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 ever,
come on, give him 60 seconds.
Ever, forever,
3 stacks.
Talk down on a black person to raise up a white person in the sense of saying that blackness is assigned that way. That is stupid.
That's the most dangerous shit ever, bro. Because it's funny. All right, hey, Max Kellerman more black than Stephen A. All right, let nigga come out his mouth. Outside. No, let nigga come out Max Kellerman mouth and y'all better have that same fucking energy. He more blacker than Stephen A. He can say nigga, right? Because that's what that shit sound like to me. Y'all niggas are stupid.
Real quick. If you're not black, don't say nigga. It's that simple. That's
but I'm just saying though, like that's why I said that shit is threatening.
Yeah, I get it.
Because now Max Kellerman is comfortable now. He's comfortable and he's sitting up on his high horse because the black people think I'm blacker than Stephen A.
I hope he's not like that.
No, I know he's not, but I'm just saying though, like that's the rhetoric that becomes spewed, right?
And then now,
so what I'm saying, if he blacker than Stephen A, if the word nigga comes out of Max Kellerman's mouth, right? I'm telling y'all,
keep that same energy.
Since he's blacker than Stephen A, if the word nigga come out of his mouth,
keep that same.
I don't want to see no blacklash. I don't want to see no blacklash going towards Max Kellerman because remember,
like keep hustling, King.
Remember, y'all said he blacker than Stephen A.
Keep that same energy.
Dumbass motherfuckers.
He tried that with Eminem, then he said nigga, and what happened?
Exactly.
Keep that same energy.
Yeah, I really cannot believe that this man really went on television and said that shit.
Sorry, T.O. You hate to see it.
I do. I hate to see it, yo. But you know what, T.O.? When I see you, I see me. I don't see no coon for you doing that shit. I don't. But guess what? Here I am calling you out on that shit and letting you know the rhetoric that gets spewed when you say stupid shit like that, because that shit is stupid.
I love it. End it with love. All right, y'all.
Hey, God bless y'all. God bless America.
God bless y'all. God keep y'all.
God bless America. God bless my black folks. God bless my white folks. God bless my everybody. Asians. God bless everybody, you know.
I ain't just gonna shout out America like that. Bump that.
Bro, hey, we made it in America, bro. That's the reality of it. God bless y'all. You know, y'all come holler at us, man. Peace.